Long toss is a very important and effective way for pitchers to build arm and leg strength and understand exactly how explosive and powerful they can be. The key to long toss is to lengthen out your arms and legs and really test your limits on how far or long you can throw a ball. You can start your long toss progression at any distance behind the mound and continue to increase that distance as you feel comfortable. Start with big, powerful steps, creating momentum as you get ready to launch the ball forward. Make sure you keep your weight in your legs and kick your heel up towards the sky. You also want to make sure your spin is straight over the top and that your ball travels in a straight line. The trick is to give the ball a big arc or a rainbow as it travels towards your catcher. There are no limits on how far a pitcher can progress with her long toss. The stronger she gets and the more she learns that power truly comes from her legs, the easier and more effective this drill becomes.